What's up, runners? Rocky. I'm here with my man Lodge. This is episode 1 of my podcast, MouthPeace.
That's good.
So, we're just gonna start off with our introduction. We're gonna get into pretty much how we met each other. You alright, bro? Like, can you not?
I'm trying to get you used to a live audience.
We're gonna start off with how we met each other, how we know each other, where we met at, and kind of like why we want to do this and different things like that. So, Lodge, you can start off.
Alright, so everybody call me Lodge. My real name is Elijah. I'm from Philly. I go to Dillard University. It's an HBCU out in New Orleans. My major is journalism, so I'm kind of already into this kind of field and everything. So this is kind of jumpstarting me to get used to this and like get experience and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm Rocky. Everybody actually got that name too. When I was younger, I used to collect rocks. Y'all know how like y'all go to Applebee's or like Chili's and it's like rocks outside, or they used to do it. I don't know if they still do it, but like, yeah, I used to be bringing them joints home. So my dad started calling me Rocky. His friend used to call me Stinky, and he was like, "Nah, we ain't about to do that." But yeah, that's me. I'm Rocky. I go to IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. I'm currently not sophomore, bro. I'm a senior. I'm a comms media major with a journalism minor. I'm trying to go into gaming development. Unfortunately, I don't have a PS5 yet. So I can't even, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. But this has been my man literally all my life. 22 years.
Like, we don't even remember how we met. Like, that's the crazy. That's how you
literally don't know.
That's how you knew somebody for a long time. You don't remember how y'all met. Like, that's crazy.
Our parents don't even know how we met. So we'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, Mom, like, how me and Lodge meet? And she literally don't know. His mom don't, like, nobody knows. Like, we grew up in the same church, so that's clearly how we met. But, like, the day or the instance, like, what happened that day, like, nobody knows.
I literally just remember him. Like, I don't remember a time where you not there. Like, so, like, that's a long time ago. And it's crazy because I was born before you, but I don't remember that time of you not being born. Like, that's kind of crazy. But we wanted to start this podcast, obviously, for the fields that we want to work in. But the idea of just being able to talk about something. Like, people love hearing people's opinions and stuff like that, or gaining knowledge from the facts that they give, because they might not know something. Like, we might tell y'all something that y'all never even heard before. So we figured that now that we're in quarantine and everything, that it's the best time to get this jump started.
Cause like we talk all the time, like all the time about stuff, and we just like, bro, if we get this down, like if we record this, like people want to hear this because like I think we're very good at like talking from both sides or being able to understand both sides without blocking one out. Even though our views may be totally opposite or we may totally be against one thing, I think we're good with like, you know, blocking other stuff out, whether it's our personal feelings, our personal emotion, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So we just decided like, yo, let's do this. And he needed this for his class. We both, you know, in journalism. So I think it's like a really good opportunity for like resume stuff and all that, but that's neither here nor there. And we're lit, and we're trying to get lit.
Yes, sir.
So like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening to it on the podcast, share it with your friends, with your family. Your mom want to hear my good voice. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah. But that's us. You got anything else?
No. So this is episode 1. So in episode 1, we wanted to just give y'all some information about ourselves. So now we're going to get into our first topic, which is basically, you said, social media and how it impacts this generation. So that's a good first topic that can relate to everybody. You know, both sexes, male and female. So I guess I'll start it off. So basically, social media, in my opinion is it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. No
so the blessing standpoint is one, you get to stay connected with people you ain't seen years. Like I got people on my social. I was in 6th grade, 5th grade,
school,
that. I might not even talk to them, but it's nice to just come across them on the timeline to where it's like, dang, like, bro, I didn't see you.
And some of them got kids, bro.
Yes, got kids.
With people that you know,
right?
So it's like,
I knew you when I was a kid, and now you got kids. So it's just like, wow,
crazy.
time really flies. And like the curse, it can be very time consuming. Like you could be focused on doing something a little more productive, but you want to go through social. Yeah. And also like people use it to be very messy. You know what I mean? Like they just want it to work. You know what I mean? So that's my kind of viewpoints on the impact of social in our generation and the next.
Yeah, for the most part, I agree. As far as like how social media can be toxic, but also can be so productive. Like seeing like the rise of do-rags, and like a couple of my friends have businesses where they have do-rags. So they use that as a platform, and you sell it like satin, or like whether it's the color or the, you know what I'm saying, like the texture of it, like different things like that. Just for an example. But then you got people arguing on social media. Like you got little kids consuming stuff that I don't feel is, me personally, I don't feel like it's I don't know, like it's something that children should be consuming. When I say that, I mean the idea of altering your body, maybe, because I think when you're younger, it should be instilled in you and taught to you to love yourself at all times. Because we're not all going to come out living a certain type of way. But if you're not happy within yourself, how are you going to be happy in a relationship down the road, or the relationship that you have with your family and friends? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it's a lot of stuff, bro. I believe social media is more messy than what it is productive. Because I think a lot of us use it, like you said, like you wake up early in the morning, the first thing you do is get on social media. Social. Like the first thing you do is get on social media. You know what I'm saying? Not pray, not eat no breakfast, not text your girl or your boyfriend like, yo, good morning. The first thing you do is on the gram or on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And the more time you spend on it, the more opportunity that there is for something messy to happen. And I know like a lot of people not even like that for it to happen, but the possibility of it and the large amounts of it happening, I don't know, bro. It's if I personally could not have ever gotten to social media, I would never have did.
Really?
Yeah.
I like social, but it's like I get on social when I'm bored, and to look at like to stay up with like current events. Yeah. I should say, because I'm not like I don't watch the news and all that stuff. So like I get information from social media. So like I use it more so for that. And also social media has been really good for businesses lately. Like people,
especially in the pandemic.
Yes, like people put their businesses out on social, and I've seen businesses blow up. You know what I'm saying? Just from putting it on Twitter, and all these people reposting it because they're like, dang, like that's something very, very interesting that I might want to get into. Like I have a friend that's trying to start selling soccer jerseys. So like he's making, like he put like an online store on Instagram, and I'm like you can have a store within Instagram,
right there,
and within Facebook. Like that is crazy. Yeah. Like that's insane of how far that social have come, because like it wasn't always like that. It used to be so very simple, but now it's very, very what's what I'm looking for. It's very different now, basically.
Yeah, I agree. Like from the rise of MouthPeace to Facebook. MouthPeace, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then even like branches of it, like I don't really claim Pinterest to be like a social media. Some people do, or like Kick. Remember Kick? Kick. I actually got into my Kick a couple months back, man. But we ain't even gonna talk about that. Yeah, but yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is opportunity. Even like with rappers and stuff, like you see, like they can link their YouTube right to Instagram, right in their bio, or they use it as like a platform. Because like when you think about it, like I got like a couple thousand followers on Instagram, if every one of my followers seen this podcast, you know what I'm saying, and watched it and shared it with one other person, that's like 6,000 people already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now the odds of that happening is unrealistic, but just to put it into perspective, you know what I mean? And I think that's why a lot of times like famous people use social media, or people like Jada and Ari. Yeah. They use social, like they get paid for what they do. Like, you know, Fashion Nova gives them money to post pictures in their stuff to promote it. You know what I mean?
Fashion Nova do that a lot. Like I've seen a lot of like Instagram people say, you know, Fashion Nova partner or whatever, and they getting paid for just wearing one of their clothings in their like video or picture or something. I'm like, that's like Fashion Nova is very, very active. Yeah. And like being on social media and stuff like that. But another like bad thing about social, like hear me out, like females, they call themselves detectives, and like they think it's a skill or a talent to be able to find whatever they need from a guy, all like through social, like. I was talking to one girl yesterday, and she was like, yeah, I'll go in there, I'll find your cousin, your mama cousin. I'm like, dang. Well, sorry. Like, but that's something that social is being used for, like, nowadays, from, like, our generation and after. Like, that's a tool that they use to be able to find anything. If you think you hiding something, you're not hiding it, because we're going to find out. And like that's really what it is right now.
And you know how your mom or your dad, I know y'all know what I'm talking about, when they be like, yeah, whatever you put on social media, anybody can find it. Yes. Like, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for sure true. Because like, you know, like Justin Bieber, y'all know how that whole thing happened with him using the N-word. He was like a little kid, but now it's coming back to bite him in his butt. You know what I mean? Always come back for like, stories. That's definitely true. But I say that to say is because like I don't necessarily think it's an invasion of privacy, because you put yourself out there. Also, like, you made the account, you set up everything, you followed your friends and family, so people can just go through that and look. But I find it kind of weird. Like, people can just straight up find anything they want on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you be in group chats. Like, girls is sending you back and forth with group. Like dudes do it too. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, but I don't know. Yeah. You wanna move on to the next topic? Yeah. So the next topic I think is like the social climate within our community now. As we've seen the progression of COVID, we've seen the start. We've seen the decline of it, or what we believe to be the decline of it, and now we're watching it rise again. So how do you feel about like where we stand as the Black community, as young adults, as college students, as people who gotta, you know, starting our careers and our internships and different things like that? How do you feel about that?
I've seen a lot of like Black people take this time to start their businesses. Like, either it's clothing brand or anything. Like, they took advantage of the free time. Yeah. And some people took advantage of the free unemployment money. Like, let me take this and actually do something productive with it that can set me up after. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty cool. College students, me personally, I'm good, but I know people that are really, really struggling because they either need more help or anything, like with schoolwork. Professors do not, they don't respond back to you. Yeah. Like, it's actually pretty crazy.
I don't think professors are just as unprepared as we are. Yeah, yeah. So you can see like a lot of stuff is just on the fly. Like,
but it's like, answer your email. Like, if I'm
at least, you know what I'm talking about?
I be having to send 3-4 messages in Canvas or 3-4 emails just for them to finally reply back. Like, by that time, the due date done passed, and I got a 0. Right. Like what's up? So, I think that college students really, like, it's been really hard on them, like, being home, especially if you are one of them kids that are taking like 6 phonics classes. I'm not one of them people, but there are people who are like that, and like they're having a hard time, like a terrible time. I know somebody said that they should do like that pass-fail method again that they did last semester.
My school actually just started that.
Really?
Yeah.
We did it last semester, but we're not doing it this semester, which is unfortunate because that'd have been nice. I ain't gonna lie. That would have been nice. I got a 4.0 off of that. I ain't gonna lie. I did for one class.
The way I look at it is like incoming freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine not getting orientation. Imagine not going to those first couple parties. Like, really setting yourself into college and getting the understanding of, like, this is what people are talking about. Mm-hmm. My freshman year, this is a true story, yo. We got this thing at our school called the Hub. And I was coming up the side of it with my friends. And this dude was in the car. He was a white dude. And he was hanging out the back window. And he kept doing this to his nose. Like, he was, like, flicking his nose.
You told me this, yeah.
So, I'm just looking at him. And he looked at me dead in my eyes. But he, like, driving past. So, he did it, like, a couple times. And he was, like, he put his arms out. He was, like, seriously, dude? And I'm, like,
what
are you talking about? Like, you lying? And then one of the older guys, like, my man, he came to me. He was, like, yeah, that mean, like, people want coke. Now, I'm an 18-year-old just come out of high school, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, I don't know what you talking about. Like, so, like, I never seen nothing like that. So, and I'm not saying that's a good experience. I'm not saying, necessarily it's a bad experience. But what I'm saying is that now, for you to go through your entire freshman year and then to go into your sophomore year, and then you're just seeing stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just find it kind of funny that, you gotta, like, adapt. And it's unfortunate, there's really nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, my neighbor, she goes to Howard. And she didn't even go to school for her freshman year. Which sucks. You know what I'm saying? And then on the contrary, us seniors, the time we taken to set up our final connections or our internships or whatever, we want to do stuff outside the box. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff is getting shut out. Like, me personally, I had to do extra semesters because they're not offering certain classes for my major. Right. So now I might as well double major in journalism instead of doing a minor because I don't have anything else to take. Right, yeah. I have to wait. And I got to do an internship in the summer, but God only knows how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think it's really, really tough on college kids.
Yeah, freshman year is definitely the time where you're supposed to experience most of this stuff and just get used to college. You feel me? So the fact that freshmen, their first experience is being home, taking online classes, I know that's hard. Like, I just know that's hard. Because my freshman year was rough. Because, one, you don't make your own classes, your advisor does it for you. Mm-hmm. So, and they usually give you 5-6 classes. So, you're sitting there, you're not learning anything because these teachers, they're not really teaching us nothing while we're home.
Nothing. So now you're going from those one-on-one classes and you start to move up. But you're not even prepared. Exactly. And a lot of kids, like, you already know. Most of it, it's like, your first couple classes, what's hard about it isn't the work, it's the requirements of you. Because you not go to class if you don't want to. Literally don't got to go. And some professors don't tell you about that if you miss 3 classes. I'm taking off a whole letter grade. Whole letter. So you look up, in this midterm, you got a D. So you're like, yo, what's going on? I turned in most of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a good point though, because my freshman year was hard because we had to take tests to get into certain classes. Mm-hmm. So, or to see what classes we're gonna be put in, and I scored pretty high. Mm-hmm. So, like, going into like the higher level freshman classes, and I was like, bro, this is tough, and I took an L that semester. Not gonna lie. But we bounced back. This is 4.0 season again.
Yes, sir. And another thing that I learned from freshman and sophomore year too is like, so when you come in as a freshman, you usually get like a mentor or whatever, and they don't just a person to look up to, but they teach you the ins and outs of finessing. Like, finessing play a big part in college. You're not gonna tell me it's not. You're gonna have to finesse somewhere down the line to get the best possible grade. Yeah, no doubt. And if you're not in school and you don't got these mentors to be around and to see,
that's a whole year.
That's a whole year of learning how to maneuver. Yeah, you know what I mean, down the drain. So they gonna come in sophomore year and they gonna feel like a freshman. Yeah, in sophomore year, like, that's another thing. You don't know how to, like, nowadays, bro. Like, I'm not struggling because I know how to finesse everything. I know how to do what I gotta do to get these A's without having to kill myself. You feel
We
me?
actually can do a topic on that for people who are going through. Just send a comment down if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram if you're watching on the pod. If you're listening on the podcast, let us know. Like, comment, subscribe. But you said maneuvering. That kind of stuck out to me because I look at, I remember when we was freshmen. No, when I was a freshman, I went to a sub campus called Punxsutawney. But now that I'm at the main campus, I was a sophomore, and I remember like the class that came up there, like from Punxsutawney, we had this app that helped you get around, but we wasn't trying to let people see. Cause like we already sophomore, and then it was embarrassing that we on main campus.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's about to be different, but it's about to be the same thing because people gonna be like, yeah, like that's wrong. Like I'm a whole sophomore and I'm still trying to figure out the campus. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't got no rap. Man, I had a couple of friends that ain't had no rap. You know what I mean? Like I try to ask like somebody random, like, yo, you know where the hub at? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah.
My first year at Dillard. Like Dillard is a small campus, so it didn't take much for me to learn where everything was at. It's literally like I promise, it's the smallest campus I've ever seen. I kind of like the smaller campuses anyway because everybody know each other. That could be a good thing and a bad thing, but it was cool to be able to know everybody. But I didn't have any problems with like directions and stuff. Once you've been to a spot once at Dillard, you're going to remember exactly where it's at. So.
And that's good though for people who are going to be coming up there and stuff.
Yeah, that's good. But so this was episode 1 of MouthPeace. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As he said before, we're taking topics down. If y'all have something that y'all want us to talk about or elaborate on, just put it in the comments or just hit us up separately. Follow, subscribe, like, share, all those things, because we're trying to get this as big as we possibly can. We want to be able to get to the point where we're really touching topics that can really, not just for entertainment, but to where y'all can learn something. Like we have different knowledges, like, if that's a word. Different knowledges, like he knows some things that I don't, I know some things that he don't.
Right.
So we want to get to the point to where we can learn from each other and teach out it as well.
Right.
So yes, like, share, all that, everything. Let's get it out there.
And bear with us because we just started. Like it's the first thing for me. First thing for him. So we still growing and trying to understand everything and taking from where we can. So just stick with us as we progress. Everything is going to get better from us talking to our setup, to everything, but yeah, y'all, I'm Rocky.
I'm Raj.
This was episode 1.
MouthPeace, feel me? Episode 1.
And be ready for episode number 2 coming next week. So yeah,
it's gonna be weekly. Yeah. So 1 episode every week. So
all right, y'all.
See ya.